Air quality has a massive impact on loads of different aspects of people's lives.
At the moment we have pollution data from a limited set of sources, so there are very accurate sensors that are installed by either local authorities or the government around the country, but because these are expensive, these can only be in a few limited places. What this project is trying to do is install sensors on a mobile platform that can move around.
This allows us to get a much finer grain resolution on our air quality monitoring, because the sensors will be attached to the fronts of scooters, so we'll be able to see what the air quality is like in lots of different parts of the city that we didn't have visibility of before. My name is Dr. Samuel Desmond Gunner, and I am an electronic engineering researcher at the University of Bristol.
My name is James Thomas, and I'm a data scientist at the Jean Golding Institute at the University of Bristol.
Designing the enclosure has been quite a challenge, because obviously it has to exist out in the real world, come rain or shine, with electronics on board which can't get wet. But equally, it has to exchange air for the sensors to be able to detect pollutants. So we've had to design a custom-built enclosure that has both waterproof elements and elements where the sensors can sit and they're able to detect the particulates and other pollutants. Fortunately, I've got experience of working in automotive and so have some knowledge about how you build robust electronics. There are an awful lot of screws and shake-proof washers that means that hopefully the things will stay together for a long period of time and won't all fall apart. The collaboration with Voi has worked very well because they see this as a real opportunity for adding value to the scooter systems that they already offer. The good thing about the Voi scooters is that they're all the same, so you have to only design one piece of hardware that can be implemented on thousands of scooters around the city. That's not the case on normal e-scooters or normal e-bikes, where a different make and a different model, you'd have to completely redesign for every single one.
I've been helping Sam, the electrical engineer, with everything around how we get the data from the sensor onto the cloud. It's been really good to collaborate with Sam on the project. He's really fun to work with, and I think our styles of working really complement each other. In order to visualize the data, what we found most useful so far is to generate heat maps.
So as the scooters are moving around, every morning people will be commuting in and they'll be collecting data every 5 seconds.
We can look at a map of the city of, say, Bristol or London, and then we can see what the values from the pollution sensors are all across the city. And then we can also look through different periods of time, different times of day, say commuter times or times of the weekend, and we can really look visually at the differences between pollution in the city at those times. The air pollution across Bristol can be vastly different, even in places that are very close to each other in space. One side of the road to the other can really be a big difference.
One of the most surprising things I saw was how bad the pollution was around my child's nursery. That was definitely not what I was hoping to see.
One of the things that we hope to do in future is to work with colleagues at other universities and see if we can link some of the data on air pollution to health data to look at, actually are the health outcomes of people that live or have to travel through these more polluted areas different?
The most exciting thing about this as an approach for installing sensors is that you could put almost any sorts of sensor onto the front of the scooters. We've already started talking with ecologists from other universities who think it would be a really good opportunity for measuring the amount of bats there are in a city. Every time the scooter's parked up overnight, it can just count the number of bats using an ultrasonic sensor, and you'd build up a completely unique data set about the bat population in the city.
It's really important at the JGI for us to work and help support researchers on projects that are both interdisciplinary but also have real-world benefits.
The collaboration with the JGI has been very important for this project. They've added an awful lot of expertise when it comes to understanding how the data is going to be analysed, and the collaboration I've had with their data scientists has been really helpful and really productive.